Welcome, everybody, to the VAIL VRML Season 1, Week 10. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. I will be your conductor into today's journey into the top tier of the VAIL VRML as we watch Touchgrass and AESIR battle it out this afternoon. A matchup in the top 8. AESIR leading the charge 8-0 so far in this season. Touchgrass 6-3, obviously not a undefeated record there, but a team that's sitting there number 7th, and at this point in the season, you really don't want a loss. It's a huge game for Touchgrass to the point, and if they can come out with a win this afternoon, I think a lot of folks will be surprised. There definitely were some eyes on this one this afternoon, a lot of people interested, but the votes going 34-3 in favor of AESIR this afternoon, and AESIR, a powerhouse of a franchise within the VRML. Been around for some time now and is involved in almost every VRML league that we operate and is leading in almost every VRML league. On Breachers, they also are undefeated, just finishing their season with a perfect record at the number 1 spot in North America. It's again, just very impressive what the franchise at this stage has been able to accomplish, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing them play here this afternoon up against Touchgrass. We're seeing some replays from their last match against 8 Basils, which went certainly pretty close on map 1, but much more in favor of AESIR later into the series. And as we do have players in lobby ready to go, we should be able to jump into our first map here soon enough. So a quick shout out to everyone tuning in for this quick pre-show as we do get ready for the action. And a reminder to buy your tickets for VRMLCon. That's what this is all competing towards at the end of the day. The top 2 North American teams get to play live on stage at VRMLCon for their North American Grand Finals. And you can buy tickets for that event right now by going to vrml.com/VRMLCon. It's a huge event that we're putting a ton of effort into. It's got 4 season finals playing out live on stage with booths and demos. It's not something that you're going to want to miss. More details are going to start trickling in with sponsors and promo and hardware, but right now we have over 2,000 in giveaways from HyperX that's going to be happening at the convention. It's a huge event that we're super excited to be a part of and very much looking forward to hosting this year. As we do bear with me here as I get ready to jump into our first map, stalled by the technical elements of it, and looks like we are headed for Miru to open up this series. Squads. Action we go for round number 1. Double nade opener coming in from AESIR to push back this offense, and shots fired over on the southern corner there. Aeronite able to scoop up one, and they're pushing in onto site. Nero all alone in a 1v3 trying to hold down B. And Valentine will be the one that finds the winning kill for AESIR to open up their offensive set. I'm trying to get the outlines to show up, but I don't know that they're working today. I think we did just have an update, so do bear with me on that side as we try and hopefully sort that out. Otherwise, we'll just have to go off nameplates, and it'll be as surprised as anyone. Maybe lasers will help. Identifying a few lines of sight as a nade gets tossed in. It's a good toss, but a bit short. Wyatt and Aeronite will be full HP on the back of A, ready and waiting for anyone to come springing out of that smoke. A good bit of time burned there from that smoke from Touchgrass, and a nice bit of utility to slow down what could have been a bit of a faster press up towards this A site. A trio here working their way forward. And a nice rotation that's going to push them over to B side as a smoke comes through. Valentine will find one through that smoke. Clef goes down. The refrag coming in over the top as Tech9 finds only one. The rest of this defense, Orzo trying to clutch things up. They'll find a triple. That saves the day for Touchgrass.
Round starting.
A massive clutch push out of the smoke in the corner. That keeps Touchgrass in this early. That one, that was huge. A big, big clutch in round 2 to keep us tied. Touchgrass. Maybe they haven't been touching much grass as of the last couple of weeks, but they certainly seem practiced and focused here. Look at this quick push from Clev. Really aggressive assumption that they're not going to be pushing up this side. And Gaijin ready for it on the back end, but there's a nice swing on the short corner. Refrag comes through over the top from Orzo, and we're into a 4v4. That frag going to get cooked a little too far. Clev's still alive. Counter utility coming in. Tech9 trades 1-for-1 between Aeronite. Orzo able to grab the utility. Trying to airburst that nade onto their opponent, Clev, down on that far side, and almost gets caught out. Does get caught out. As Clev goes down, actually. Gaijin's the one that catches that kill, and now Nero into a 1v1. Has the angle. Has the line of sight. Watching the rotation here, but a smoke. Well placed. Very good knowledge there from Gaijin to know that their opponent has that line of sight. The trouble here that we're seeing is the HP bars on both sides. Nero has barely any Gaijin right there along with them. They do have the scanner, though, so that should go down here. And the scan should start. What's the play for Nero? They're going to be ready for this swing. They've got the gun up. Gaijin peeks out, and they'll go down off of a clutch from Nero. Touchgrass are going to have time to interrupt the scan. And they're in the lead against AESIR, the undefeated squad, 34-3. There was 3 people out there in the community that felt Touchgrass had a chance this afternoon, and well, it is a good start. Let's say that. Or maybe I have the. Wait, do I have the? Hold on, let me make sure I have the team. Oh, I'm on the wrong. That's my fault. It started with Touchgrass leading. I had them mixed up. I thought Gaijin was on AESIR. I'm not used to the rosters. We're back. It's fine. I know people are yelling at me. Apologies. Okay, I have the wrong rosters there for those first couple of rounds. I realized the sides were swapped. Now we're good. AESIR is in the lead 2-1, which makes more sense. And is up 8-0. Touchgrass getting too much credit there in those early rounds, but I'll make it up to you. Some good coverage here of trying to push up. Kenny finding a frag up through the center, and AESIR down to 2 on their defensive set. A nice opportunity for this Touchgrass offense to tie things up. Tech9's going to find one. They'll go down quickly to Songer. 1-for-1, though. That puts Nero into a 1v2. B site still being held. Still some utility into the hands, and what a nade toss from Kenny. That catches out the round-winning kill, and Touchgrass are tied now. They had the early lead on their offensive round. And again, apologies on the mistake there on the sides. I know people are so mad in chat. We're on a delay, so I don't catch these things from you until it's too late. But anywho, I had the foresight. When I saw that when the scores was 2-1, I was like, hold on a minute. Is Touchgrass really leading this? But even now, they're tied 2-2 against AESIR, who's undefeated. So the story, the thought process is still the same. The idea, the concept's still the same. This is an impressive performance coming in from Touchgrass in these first early rounds here. On Miru, and Clef goes in for a 1-for-1. Orzo trying to get control of the hallway. Tech9 scoops up 1. Makes it 2, and yeah, AESIR are in a tough spot now. Or excuse me, touch grass. Gosh, I gotta get the sides right as a push out there from Orzo finishes things off.
Round starting.
AESIR back in the lead 3-2. Curious what the thoughts of chat are, though. Is Miru offensive or defensive sided? I want to say it's offensive sided. I feel like I've seen more offensive wins than not, but if that's the case, AESIR certainly have a good start here. And look at how aggressive Orzo's getting. That nade predicting that someone could be here, and it flushes them out for Kenny to find the headshots. Beautiful bit of teamwork. AESIR down to 3 very early as they lose another on the opposite side, trying to swing and rotate up. Quick refrag there from Nero keeps things at least somewhat close, but look at Clev push so far up, waiting to spring their trap. Doesn't even need to as Nero trades for a 1-for-1. Aaronite not ready for the push out from Clev, and in a matter of seconds, Touch Grass is picked apart. Clev's all that's left after the trades on site. Pretty close on Touch Grass's side there. 4-2 half, and you can see the KDs coming through on both ends. Pretty solid. Maybe people now have stopped being mad at me for having the sides wrong, and so I do apologize. I'm still thinking about it. Getting into the action, though. Clev again extending up here. It's been a sort of a standard strat, it seems like, from this AESIR defense. Pushing forward, getting aggressive on B. And what a swing there. Guys, pops out of the smoke, finds one, looking for the second. They have a visual on Nero there, but can't quite find him. Not until 2 more go down. They're stalled on the outside of sight. Can't linger too long. Into a 3v3 now with a rain of utility coming down onto the site to prevent that scanner from being planted and ultimately stalling them out. All we see is the nameplates, unfortunately. But either way, it does give us a visual of some locations. 2 down right away as Clev picks up a double, and it's up to Songer alone. They'll pop out, and they will not find Clev over the top. Plenty of time left to interrupt the scan, and a dancing Clev. That puts AESIR up 5-2 here. And some fine moves coming in from Clev. They're celebrating a defensive half that's going well for them as we get into our final round before we swap sides. Oh, I can see the messages coming in now. It really seems like only when counter utility comes are both Clev and Orzo a bit slower. Maybe Clev lagging a touch behind the normal pace as utility does come in towards B site. Could very well be an indicator of a attempt here as we sort of scan across the rest of this defense. There's a bit of a slower rollout here from Touch Grass. They're really looking to lock in this 3rd round and a half. I want to say that B is on the menu for this, but pretty easy to swing A site 2 with the setup still. And here comes that swing. And Oprah that connects for AESIR. Wyatt able to get rid of Tech 9 up before losing another, though, and Orzo with more. Touch Grass down to just his Songer, and a tough final round for the Touch Grass offense. A solid defensive half, 6-2, and we'll swap sides and put AESIR on the attack and Touchgrass on the defense for what is only a couple of rounds, 3 rounds away before AESIR lock in this first map and we move on to map 2. Interesting fun fact this afternoon, AESIR also has a match in Breachers later tonight. Two teams pushing for their undefeated record. As AESIR comes barreling into A side here. Clev able to connect with one of their nades. Tech 9 over the top of finding one on the guys. And Clev with the knife out comes flying forward. And there's a surprise attack from the backside by Kenny. They're here to shut down the scanner and look for more. They can't find it as Clev has their knife in hand trying to wield it away. And the scanner goes into their hands. Aaronite somehow gets pulled down to the only left defender after what was an impressive hold there on a site. Needs to pick up a double in the pistol round. And has plenty of time to do it. 28 seconds on the scanner. Oh, and Clev's going to peek for some big info. Pistol shots come in. Aaronite giving away their position there. Both at low HP somewhat. Clev trying to hit the knife throw. Gets punishes for that, and here comes the swing from Aaronite. Not sure where the final defender is. Not sure if Nero's tucked into the tight corner. They'll find Nero for the kill. Time ticks down. 4, 3, 2, 1. They do not have it. And the round goes to AESIR, although Touchgrass are the surviving team. Decent effort from Aaronite as Kenny gives the thumbs up. And the heart getting sent both ways. Touchgrass got to lock it in here. You know, in reality, if you're going to kind of go into this thinking like, well, you know, the worst that can happen is lose, then you do want to minimize that loss. You know, so any round wins are net bonuses. Keto opening things up for AESIR again. A nice start. There's a double on the opposite side, and Aaronite has a nice line. They'll lead them to at least 1. And Nero clutches things up on one end while Clev finalizes things at B. Match point. AESIR take it to map point here, 8-2. Well, let me update our map scores there. Apologies. Into map point we go, though. Could be a 9-2 opener for AESIR. Well, certainly would be ideal. Nero's going to kick things off with an early frag as Kenny tries to get a little bit of counter aggression out towards A site, but all the utility coming in over the top towards A. Messenger is here to defend, does pop out and look for a little bit of action, but finds nothing. And look at this, the full swing coming in from this AESIR squad over towards B side off a successful takedown of the B side defense. Everyone is here to party at B. Gaijin gets identified. They'll get picked off by Asanger on the long angle. Gaijin going down to the short swing. Asanger picking up another. Takes it to a 1v2, and Nero doing a little untwist. A 360, dare I say, before wrapping up the final kill. And a solid win coming in from the AESIR squad. Map 1 in their hands, cleanly 9-2. And Touchgrass, a good opener there, and then, you know, keeping it 2-2 in the early rounds. But AESIR settled in. And as we see, giving them the go-ahead, we should be diving into round 2 shortly, I imagine. But a fantastic series start here for AESIR. Again, the undefeated squad so far this season. That is no easy task, as they are 8-0 so far in Season 1. Their opponent, again, not too shabby on their win rate ratio either, but nonetheless, an impressive performance. And as we have a brief moment of pause before our second map, a quick shout out to our sponsors who include Triangle Factory, coming in and providing $10,000 in cash to that cash prize pool. It's enough to compete for already, but on top of that, flying out the top 2 North American teams to VRML Con in Denver, Colorado this year, July 20th and 21st. Again, you can buy tickets for that event right now by going to vrml.com/VRMLCon. It is going to be super fun, and that is what's out on the line at the end of the day. That tremendous cash prize pool and flights out to VRMLCon to play the finals on stage. A lot to go after. We're also sponsored by HyperX. You're hearing my voice on a Procast desk. They offer fantastic products from headphones to mics to mouse and keyboards. Do please check them out. And if you do, use code HXVRML24 at checkout. We're also sponsored by ProTube VR, a fantastic stock sponsor that really a stock that enhances your aim and stabilizes it in any of your favorite VR shooters. I'm a big fan of the ProTube Mag stock, but there's a bunch of different options, including some force feedback ones. So some really cool tools there coming in from ProTube. And again, you can get a discount by using code I love VRML at checkout for ProTube. So a big shout out to them. They'll also be sponsoring VRML Con, so keep your eyes out for that at the convention as well. Last but not least, wait, was that it? I think that is. But a shout out to our sponsors for supporting VRML and Season 1. I can't wait for the con. These games, super exciting. I'm looking forward to who's going to take down the monolith that is AESIR. And quite frankly, we're on track to be flying out several AESIR teams to this convention. So it's almost going to be an AESIR community meetup at some point if they have anything to say about it in the postseason, which is where we will decide that first and second place. The season doesn't decide it. It just decides the seeding for the postseason. So something to keep in mind there. But I imagine we're into some kind of timeout as we are down a player on the touch grass side. So we'll be patiently waiting for us to get back into the action for when they are ready to go. But until then, we're going to cut to a brief break. I got 2 more maps to go for this and then another cast later tonight, and then plenty more weekends and weeks of postseason and regular season ahead of us. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up button on this cast if you haven't already. A reminder that maybe while we're in this brief break, you go check out the other stream that's live right now on this channel as well, being cast by Heritage, another exciting matchup. But we're going to go to a brief intermission. When we come back, it'll be map number 2 of AESIR vs. Touchgrass, so don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss the action.
Accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hate to interrupt the VRML con ad of all ads, but we are getting into our second map of the afternoon, and it's taking us to Sunna. Sunna. Whatever you want to say it. What's the proper pronunciation, Chad? You tell me. But map 2. And potentially the series on the line here as AESIR goes on the offense and Touchgrass on the defense to open things up here. There we go. Apologies for the outlines not being on that last map. I don't know why they weren't, but we're all good now for map 2 as the nades come out over the top and the full court press coming in towards B side. Beautiful nade connects on some damage there to Keto and Nero, almost catching a double. But almost doesn't quite matter here, and as AESIR picks apart this offense, it's left with Gaijin on the far back flank getting pushed by the entirety of this team, and Clev jumping, cheering, and celebrating their success of a solid opening round. Touch Grass up 1-0. I don't know if this has been like a it's funny. The jumping, something I see these top teams doing a little bit time to time. I'm ill-informed. Battle over B side unfolds and goes the way of Taquito, who picks up a double. And this one going a touch worse.
Round starting. Get ready.
Oh, I got the teams wrong again. I knew it. Why do I keep thinking that guy? I keep feeling that I keep thinking. Yeah, the apologies for not seeing that side swap earlier. Trying to keep it all locked in as AESIR go up 2-0 on defense, not offense. Apologies for that. You try remembering rosters when you cast for 4 leagues, okay? I pulled him up. I got him. Wait. Yeah. I'm right. Everything's right. What I do need to do is tweak the KD feed colors because those are a bit misleading. So the blue kills are for the not blue team. It's a little bit off there. One day we'll sort it out. But a solid offensive round for Touch Grass here. They're going to get a scanner down on B. And Tech9's going to try and disrupt this momentum. Does push off. One there now. Kenny. Picking off one. Tech9 alone. A 2v1. Are they out of ammo? I'm not sure, but it seems like they maybe picked some up. Not sure what the play is here. 7 seconds left. They try to go for the knife kill. Maybe overconfidence. Who knows? But a 2-1. For Touch Grass and hugs of celebration as they get one on the board here for map 2. Was feeling like a little bit of a unclimbable or unbreakable wall there, and well, Touch Grass got their way around it. No 1-for-1. Clev picks up Gaijin, who finds the refrag. Opens up entry into the back of B that they do want to capitalize on, but I doubt I know that is so lightly covered. And I don't even know if Songer knows they found that kill there. If anything, it seems like B side is not the play, and you're already seeing a rotation a little bit from that B defense to watch that middle site, and here comes more utility. Smokes and nades to deny vision. Tech's tucked into a super tight corner. They're going to not take any damage from that nade and survive healthy and whole until they go down from wide on the swing out. Here comes the refrag. Here comes the pop out down the long hallway. Run 1 for 1 in the center. That leaves Nero with their teammate Orzo for the clutch, and AESIR.
Get ready.
You know, they had had success on both sides, truly. And so the decision to swing B, maybe not as good as the decision to swing A, but (3-1) opener here for AESIR on defense. We're seeing some really good counter utility coming in from this Touchgrass squad. Some impressive stuff considering they're at rank 7. Seeing a very good understanding of the meta strats and denial of vision being deployed here. Up through the center, Tech9 and Nero will come together to lock in a kill. And the early frags continue to fall into AESIR's lap. Nice refrag there, though, on A side. And if they move fast enough, they've got control. I feel like that might be a little bit of the problem, is the confidence to move as quick as they really need to. Right now, lingering on the outside of A. Need to get that scanner down and force the retake, but there's no time because Nero's already here to fend off the scanner plant. Picks up the double kill.
Round starting. Get ready.
A solid 4-1 lead here for AESIR Map 2 as they look to take the series off of the second map win. Gunskins getting shown off. We love to see them. Big push coming in. But it's being stalled out by some good utility. Smokes here disrupting things. Nades coming out over the top. Taquito and Nero pushing in, and a knife kill from Tech9 to wrap up the round. No way.
Round starting.
In the smoke, they stab their opponent for the victory. Guns aren't necessary, they say. Melee weapons are on the menu here for AESIR. But again, very good utility that's just shut down that push entirely from Touchgrass. The smokes completely denying them entry and coming closer and closer to the first half being done and swapping sides, but it's almost a perfect half for AESIR. This time trying to come up through the middle. Running into a heap of resistance, though, and good job from Miru to hold things down until the trade comes through. More smoke getting tossed in. Touchgrass down to just one. Carson trying to fend off. I believe another knife attempt here from Kleb as they try and huck the knife and pull out the silence pistol, to lock in.
Round starting.
A 6-1 lead. And the confidence flowing through this AESIR team right now. Going for knife kills and knife throws. And I mean, hey, they're showing why they're undefeated right now, why they're in the top of the VRML, why they're at that #1 rank. And it's a solid map understanding, some solid skill here. Taquito actually opens things up. Orzo finds another, and knife throws again. Tech9 finds the kill they need, though, and Kenny alone. 1-for-1 trade that ends the half 7-1, 2 points away.
We're switching sides.
From map point and series points. We could be done with the entire 3-map series in under an hour if AESIR are going to have anything to say about it. And unfortunate disconnect from Taquito there. That's going to put them out of this round. Maybe a kick. Who knows? No. Who knows? Likely a technical issue that should see them jumping back in for the remaining few points on this map, but 7-1 for AESIR. Very good utility placement here. Confident enough to swing out of the smokes. Nice counter throw from Kenny. Counter smoke here as well. It's going to disrupt the scanner plant, but not disrupt the knife kill from Tech 9. They look for more. Fly down for the double. They can't pick it up, though. And Kenny's into a 1v2. Very manageable, quite frankly. Touchgrass could put a second point on the board here in this pistol round. Into the 1v1. Drop down. Uh-oh. Clev caught out. Climbs and scrambles up to the top floor before taking nearly all their damage and health. Has 1 HP. The head identified by Kenny, and Touchgrass have a second point on the board. 30 seconds to interrupt the scan. And that's needed. Every point matters in something like this, and so picking up the manageable points, I should say, the pistol rounds at the very least, is a way to go. It's not ideal by any means, but points are points. And so they get 2 on the board here. And maybe this side swap will be enough for a few more to go into this pockets of touch grass. Miru going out early as well on AESIR. Again, a bit of a disadvantage round here. Oh, and good utility. As the smoke goes up, the team able to swing and push up towards B-side as Tech 9 flies out. And B-side opens up. Scanner will go down with the smoke blocking vision, and after it does, there's 2 defenders close by. Orzo picks up one of them, and Carson's alone in the 1v2. A moment potentially clutch, but their elbows exposed. We head to series point for AESIR. Series point here. We'll play the third map out and we'll cast it here on stream. But like I said, if AESIR have anything to say about it, we could be done with a third map. Oh, it'd be pretty tough. They have about 15 minutes to wrap. Well, we'll go to a 5-minute break. We'll give them 20 minutes to wrap up a third map. It's gonna be tough. Three down already for AESIR. Hold from touch grass here. So come on board Clev. Filing their nails down while pushing B-site. Incredibly confident that this team is not here defending, and once they are, it does take damage for their overconfidence. Gonna push in with utility, has the knife out, and the gun comes up too late. Kenny finds one. Orzo goes down to Carson. AESIR allowing some points to trickle through here from touch grass. Keeping us on map point for another one, but maybe now with 5 in. Oh, they still only have 4. Interesting. I wonder what is happening with AESIR in their 5th there. It's not ideal as Gaijin catches up Clev. Another 3v5 essentially here. I don't know. Touch Grass are going to be able to chip away at some rounds. Oh, and as Tech 9 goes down, AESIR are left with 2v2. What's the call? Where's the swing? Scanner is not being held by either. So, oh no, Orzo, excuse me. I was looking at. Let the HP bars there on Touch Grass instead. His Songer not ideal. A few bullets away. But they do have Gaijin leading the charge, but they're back to the attack as Taquito gets themselves right up to A site. No one's home, and so Orzo should have Scanner down. Uncontested. Taquito is going to try and remedy that situation. Wins the round, and they will connect onto Hisanger to lock in the series. A solid round win from AESIR to put them up 2-0 on maps in the series. And if we're to believe the reports, AESIR kicked Miru like I had thought they might have from that series, and hopefully they get a 5th back into their roster for this 3rd map. I've given them the go-ahead, and I mean, I don't know what's going on within the AESIR squad, but an undefeated team is now full. No, they're not. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong side. I dare not suggest drama, but maybe there's trouble in paradise on the AESIR roster. Undefeated at the end of the day, so what's the impact? It's not that much. They did win both maps, but they lost a few extra rounds that maybe they didn't need to lose if they had a full roster, so points are points, and that's the reason we're playing this 3rd map, is for points. So it's an opportunity for a map, potentially even, to go into Touch Grass's hands. They're starting fresh. They have a 4v5. We'll see if Nero reconnects in for the AESIR squad, but now is not when you want to be having any internal problems. Lest you forget, these teams are potentially competing for a chance at a trip to VRML Con. Hey, it's coming out over the top. Popping out of the smoke is Taquito. Looking for a double, but getting shut down as the rest of the duo swings here. Orzo and Tech into a 2v3. One for one. Orzo finds another, puts it into a 1v1. Scanner down, and the retake onus on Carson, who has to push forward here, gold pistol in hand. Orzo will pop out, and they'll be the one that connects with the successful headshots, and AESIR, despite a 4v5, take a 1-0 lead on the attack. A reminder, if you do want to tune into another match, we do have another stream live right now on this YouTube channel. A reminder to hit subscribe and like on this channel because we are going to be putting out more content as we get closer and closer to the postseason, and then obviously into that postseason. We've got a couple of vids planned, edited mods that we're working on that'll be dropping soon. Keep your eyes peeled on that, just like you should keep your eyes peeled on this AESIR performance. 4v3, make it 2v3. Get 1v3. A nice pickup there. Carson on the backside, actually, the one that finds it, and we're tied 1-1 on map 3. Interesting that they wouldn't tap into their entire roster. I guess the third map, they're not terribly concerned, but if you're to, potentially practice or work a certain, players, now is a good time. Not sure. But they're only 4 still. Orzo is alone now in a 1v4. Definitely going to be tough, and Wyatt will clean that up. Hits the gritty and goes up 2-1.
Round starting.
A little baton twirl in there. Wyatt really showing off for the cameras. And AESIR down a player, continue to push in. 4-5, make it 3-5, make it 3-4. AESIR getting applied some pressure here as some utility comes out from Wyatt. And the rest of the team rotates to reinforce. Not a bad opportunity for this AESIR offense, but they do get picked apart one by one down to just Clev. No scanner down. There's a double looking for 3. Needs 2 more. Has a slice of HP. Has to surprise the remaining defenders, essentially. Catch them off guard. Be the first to fire. Even then, they're vulnerable to a potential trade. And down they go. A third map.
Get ready.
Going the way of touch grass. But I continue to remind you that it is a 4v5. I don't think it's something AESIR are too concerned about, interestingly enough, though, because, they are undefeated, so. Gaining MMR is nice, but it doesn't push them up in rank. And, it doesn't have, I guess, an overall MMR, but. Anyway. Wyatt opening things up, and, there's a 5th that connects. Julian joining the AESIR roster, trying to make them whole, and maybe a little too late, or maybe just in time, as Orzo and Tech9 into a 2v3. Scanner is in Orzo's hand. That should go down to some success. What an angle here from Tech, trying to catch the shots on the head over the top. Won't be able to find him. And a quick push up from Kenny. Gets shut down by Orzo on site. And Orzo will pop out Tech9 with a double. AESIR are back.
Round starting. Get ready.
If you are just tuning in, you've missed a decent bit of action today. A 2-map series quickly won by AESIR, the undefeated squad and #1 team in VRML in Season 1. But we're playing our 3rd map out for the points, as if you're not familiar with how the system works, the points determine how much you go up or down in rank. And so if you lose by a lot, you go down in rank by a lot. If you lose by a little, you go down in rank a little. You will always go down in rank, even if they win this 3rd map, but it will mean less rank down. So that's what they're after this afternoon. Touchgrass on the hunt for some points. And blink and you'd miss it. A push up from the backside leaves the newest entry onto the AESIR roster, Julian, alone. And they've lost another, it seems. Maybe another swap. Who knows? But Julian does have scanner. And is at B side uncontested. Scan is going to go down. Maybe? There it is. Now the entire team on the retake. A 1v4 for Julian to clutch here. No easy task. And starts with 1. Kenny gives away their position. They're tucked into this corner of the smoke. Trades for a headshot, and AESIR should have plenty of, or excuse me, Touchgrass should have plenty of time to interrupt that scanner. 4-2.
Scan interrupted. Round starting. Get ready.
A 5th joins. Clev is back. The AESIR team clearly having some laughs over there with their current roster. At the expense of rounds, I would argue, though. How many laughs is 1 round worth? A little overextension from Clev there. A tray between Taquito and Julian and Orzo are all that's left. DB3 though. "45 seconds. I think Orzo's going for a rotation all the way to B. It is a long rotation, though, and Julian just misses the crossing
30 seconds remaining.
of their on-site defender. Orzo's going to have to full sprint to B. Julian goes down, and now Orzo alone. 15 seconds. They have scanner. They'll have plenty of time to get it down. No one here. No one here on B site. 1v3 now for Orzo. Full HP. Gotta be careful if you touch grass. Don't want to let this one slip through your fingers. And it doesn't. The Songer catches the kills onto Orzo, and 3 survive to net touch grass. Another point on defense. 5-2.
Scan interrupted. Round starting. Get ready.
Final round of the half before we swap sides. And again, a quick shout out to everyone hanging through and enjoying the action through this final map. series already decided AESIR have won. But some do enjoy the third map action regardless of the result. We do have another cast you can tune into right now as well if you want. Julian getting split. Multiple defenders pinching from both sides here. Now Julian's going to decide to commit out. Sees three. Swings for the fourth. Can't find him. And everyone's surrounding the lone survivor.
We're switching sides.
6-2 half for Touch Grass. 3 away. But that might be a challenging task on the attacking side. On Kitty. Time Keto found vulnerable to the whims of AESIR and their kicking. Songer catches Tech 9 in the smoke, and the entire team barreling through here. They want to get the 7-2. They've got a real good opportunity here. Orzo being surrounded, and Kenny finding that one. Scanner should go down relatively easy.
Scan started.
Gudgeon pops out, catches Julian unexpected, and now Clev for the full clutch, and will not find it. 7-2. 2 away.
Starting.
2 away. I gotta wonder if I think AESIR have lost a map before. I'm sure they've, especially if this is how they're playing this map 3. The indicator to me would be that they've lost maps before. Likely map 3s after a series has been won, but regardless of it, Touch Grass feeling good. These are all points that matter to them. They're ranked 7th. They cannot afford to go down big from a loss against AESIR. And if they can minimize the damage on it and even maybe take a third map, that would be huge. That would not be a big impact to their rank overall in comparison to a 3-map sweep, which can still be on the table, but it's a matter of AESIR clutching up this defensive half. They swing out for a double and get shut down by Kenny, Pencil, and Co. Nice swing out from Tech 9. The whole team trying to retake, and Tech finds a quadra kill. Gaijin alone now in the 1v3, and they get caught through the smoke. Half their HP down. This team barreling in towards their position. A good read there. Dodges the knife toss over their shoulder.
Seconds remaining.
What is the plan? Tech low on HP, Julian full. 20 seconds left. Tech goes down. Julian runs away. 15 seconds. And the round goes to AESIR. That's all they need to do. Scanner is down. They pick it up. No time. And the round ends with 2 alive.
Round starting.
An odd way for AESIR to lock one in, but they do. And are back to a full roster. See how long that lasts, but this 2 points for Touch Grass could be the hardest for them to get now. So many corners to check on the advance. They do not see Orzo tucked in, who springs the surprise on them, and maybe AESIR just trying to keep me on the cast a little longer. They now start to step up their aggression a touch, and
30 seconds remaining.
kind of, again, I think they could have had a sub-hour series if they had really wanted to, but
Round starting. Get ready.
we'll see. 4-7, comeback train is rolling here for AESIR. Not a train you want rolling if you are the Touchgrass squad because you're so close. Songer blind goes down to a push through the smoke. Taquito finds that kill. Kenny finds one on a Julian. AESIR still leading 4-5. Kenny goes down. I think that was a collat there. I don't even know if Taquito was aiming at Kenny. And Moore getting scooped up, leaving Carson alone in a 1v3. Can't find Taquito, and 5-7 AESIR.
Round starting.
Third
Get
map
ready.
continues to get further and further out of Touchgrass's reach. Big early opening here for Touchgrass. They needed these kills. If they can lock this in, it's a point away from the map. Oh, and Carson saved by their teammate as Julian. Alone on the AESIR side. Nades and utility connecting from Carson. Touchgrass, one away.
Match point.
Match point. Map point for this Touchgrass team. They seem just to be happy about the opportunity to take a map. Solid utility and good plays coming in from this Touchgrass team, honestly. Doing well to compete against AESIR this afternoon. Even in the early maps that went 9-2 and 9-3. Definitely came close. We had some good exchanges, some couple of, 1v2s, 1v1, you know. Very fun series to be tuning into here this afternoon. And a shout out to the players for giving us this fine Sunday evening here. Oh, that nade was almost devastating onto his Songer, but doesn't quite go far enough. That one goes too far. More comes in, and the Songer surviving, but not for long. Tech9 finds one, goes down in a trade. A quick refrag there leaves the duo on B site. And the scanner down as the main plan. 1-for-1. Make it a 1v1. No, 1v2, excuse me. Julian Orzo still alive, and you can see Julian Orzo calling in the reinforcements. Pops out Wyatt, catches good damage onto Orzo. And the kill. Has decent amount of HP. Has to get the reload in time and can't as Julian pops out. 25 seconds to interrupt. We'll have enough time. We continue on.
Scan interrupted.
Just 1 point for touch grass. That's all they need, and they've got themselves a map, but if 2 more points are scored by AESIR, then it's first to a 2-point lead. And it very well could be the path for AESIR to lock in a 3-map series as Carson waving to the fans at home. Maybe waving home to mom. The early frag that Touchgrass did not need comes in for AESIR. This is not the opener they were looking for here. Now this team on AESIR getting aggressive and roaming in the middle side of Kitty. Huge shutdown from Kenny. On low HP, but a 2v1 on B side. A side. B side could be the play. Julian catches a huge nade from downtown, and Wyatt, with barely any HP left from it, has the 1v3 ahead of them. Can't win against Julian. 7-8 AESIR. Just 1 point for Touch Grass. With a full roster, AESIR may not let that happen. They have lost rounds, nonetheless. We'll have to see. A map for Touchgrass would be absolutely huge, but I think if they don't get it in this next point right here, then they're not gonna get it. AESIR might be able to come back. That nade nearly takes the Songer out. Would have been another opener for him. Utility over the top. Orzo finds one. Another goes down through the wood. Touch Grass left with 2. And we're tied 8-8.
Match point.
I guess maybe it isn't best of. I don't. Maybe you don't have to have a 2-point lead. Still says match points, so I should know the rules. I do apologize, but we'll find out after this round who our winner is. Just 1 point for Touch Grass. At the end of the day, though, these points for Ace are also, impactful in that they lessen, I guess, how I don't know. They don't really need them. Again, a win's a win. You're going up in rank and you're first already, so up in rank doesn't mean much. Oh, and Julian finds everybody. Drops a panic nade. Likely gives the call out that the team's here, and Clev threw one that did connect. I think because that peek out identified the entire squad, it did call for a rotate out of this Touchgrass offense, and the Songer evens things back 4-4. Health bar is in favor of Touchgrass right now. Oh, and there's a good flash that connects and slows down this push onto B. Time to call out that the rotation's coming. Time for this offense to be shut down by a swinging defense. That leaves Gaijin just like that alone in a 1v2. Scanner not in hand, which means that all Clev and Julian have to do is defend the retake with 10 seconds left. And they're not going to find these kills in time. It's the series in the map 3 into AESIR's hands. A exciting series to tune into, and the undefeated team remains undefeated. Their record going up 9-0. Touchgrass bumping down to 6-4 and getting knocked out of the top 8th position, I would imagine, with a loss like this. So a tough one for Touchgrass this afternoon. They knew their opponent, AESIR, going in, and ultimately they do not come out on top. AESIR with a solid victory remains undefeated into this 10th week of the regular season. We'll have to keep an eye on them if they can do it in the final weeks. Just like we're going to go watch AESIR in Breachers in about 45 minutes from now. They'll go up against their number 2 rank Aspect, and that's going to be a tremendous match. In my mind, a look into what could be for VRML Con. But that's it for me here this afternoon. A reminder to get your tickets for VRML Con to watch the top 2 NA teams from VAIL compete on stage. You can go to vrml.com/VRMLCon for more details. That will be it for me here on the desk, though. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Triangle Factory and HyperX, for contributing into the prize pool. And until next time, stay classy. VAIL VRML is brought to you by XLab, Exclaim, Helga, the esports manager, HyperX, ProTube VR, VR Cover. Thanks for watching VRML.